Hi guys, I just want to share a piece out of this book, Psycho Cybernetics. And I was just reading in it, and that's the way I always reread books. Like I take a book that I just feel like I want to read again. I open it up wherever it falls open, and then that's what I start reading when I just want to read a little. And so today I opened his book. This is a book from Maxwell Maltz that is written in the 70s, I guess. I should look at it. Um, let me. It does. I don't see it right away, but it's definitely an older book, and it's all about how you can never outperform the person that you think you are. So you can never go over a certain point in your in whatever you want to accomplish in life if you don't see yourself a certain way. So it's all, of course, about he was a plastic surgeon, and he saw that even if he gave people a beautiful face, like a beautiful nose, that a lot of people still were not happy because they couldn't see themselves in the improved version. So it's all about self-image. But what he talks about right here, which I think is very interesting, because when you realize that we are not our body, we are not our thoughts, we are not our mind, that our mind is just like an organ that we can use to create whatever we want to create in life, and that it is a programmed mind, and because of that program we keep creating the same thing over and over again. So if you want to create a new life, then you have to create something differently. So you need to understand how the mind works. And here, Maxwell Maltz is talking about creating your own decompression chamber. And I think it's really cool. Each person needs a quiet room inside his own mind, a quiet center within him, like the deep of the ocean that is never disturbed, no matter how rough the waves may become on the surface. Such a beautiful way of saying it, because that's exactly, I can visualize like me being completely, everything, it's like a storm going on, but deep in the waters, it's still peaceful, quiet. So this quiet room within, which is built in imagination, works as a mental and emotional decompression chamber. So you make it into your imagination. And I am so in awe how the universe works, because I am really studying imagination and how powerful imagination is. Like Bob Proctor would say, if you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. So, and that's so true. So, and here I find something about imagination. So this quiet room within, which is built in imagination, works as a mental and emotional decompression chamber. It depressurizes you from tensions, worry, pressures, stresses, and strains, refreshes you, and enables you to return to your workday would be a world better prepared to cope with it. So you go in there, in that imaginary room, to decompress. When you sometimes they do it also for tinnitus. They put you in like a decompression chamber, and hopefully you can get rid of that ear ringing. And then he says, it is my belief that each personality does already have a quiet center within, which is never disturbed and is unmoved, like the mathematical point in the very center of a wheel or axle that remains stationary. What we need to do is to find this quiet center within us and retreat into it sometimes for rest, recuperation, and renewed vigor. So the way I see it right now, knowing that I'm not my body, that I'm not my mind, that I'm not the shadow in my head, knowing my true nature, it is not a place that we go to. This is our natural state. So this chamber that he's talking about, that we can make in our imagination, and that's where we will go for it first. We make it in our imagination, and then we will start to understand that we are an infinite being having an earthly experience, and we use our body to be in this experience in the 3D world. And so I can now see how valuable this information is, and really understanding that there is such a place inside of us. He says it's in every person, but I believe that this is who we are. That is the infinite being that we are, and everything else came as a program. Okay, so one of the most beneficial prescriptions that I have ever given patients is the advice to learn to return into this quiet, tranquil center. And one of the best ways that I have found for entering this quiet center is to build for yourself in imagination a little mental room. I can't believe that so many decades ago he already spoke about the power of imagination. It's so cool. Furnish this room with whatever is most restful and refreshing to you. Perhaps beautiful landscapes, if you like paintings, a volume of your favorite verse, if you like poetry. The colors of the walls are your favorite pleasant colors, but should be chosen from the restful use of blue, light green, yellow, gold. The room is plainly and simply furnished. There are no distracting elements. It is very neat and everything is in order. Simplicity, quietness, beauty are the keynotes. It contains your favorite easy chair. From one small window, you can look out and see the beautiful beach. The waves roll in up on the beach and retreat, but you cannot hear them, for your room is very, very quiet. And that's exactly how I feel when I really go inside and I feel my infinite being, and there's no reason for me to interact, and I don't have to use my mind, and I can just be. And it is extremely quiet and peaceful and beautiful and blissful. When I think about it, it's so beautiful. And so everything that can help to bring you to that place, and I promise you, your stress will be gone, your anxiety will be gone. So this is a beautiful practice. So in imagination, create that room and retreat in that room, in the quiet. Take as much care in building this room in your imagination as you would in building an actual room. Be thoroughly familiar with every detail. Like, close your eyes and really feel yourself going in. But he goes further. And then he says, a little vacation every day. Whenever you have a few spare moments during the day between appointments or while riding the bus, retire into your quiet room. Whenever you begin to feel tension mounting or to feel hurried or harried, retire into your quiet room for a few moments. Just a very few minutes taken from a very busy day in this manner will more than pay for themselves. It is not wasted, but time invested. Say to yourself, I'm going to rest a bit in my quiet room. So it also means like you're going to rest as the infinite being that you are. You're going to let your body outside. You're going to go into your room, which is here. And in your imagination, you create that space. But in fact, it is going back to who you really are. So that room is a tool to get in contact with your true nature, which I think is amazing. Or that's my interpretation of this. Let me put it that way. Then, in imagination, see yourself climbing the stairs to your room. Say to yourself, I'm now climbing the stairs. Now I'm opening the door. Now I'm inside. And again, like the importance of making it real and pretending as if you're in the situation. That is important, because it's not about looking at it as a movie. It is being the character in the movie. Seeing yourself, if it's like a stair, you hold the stairs, you go up, you walk on the stairs, you feel it as if you're in that scene. It's not like, and that's when you're gonna feel the shift. If you just look, that's a lot of people they say, well, I visualize and I do all these things, but nothing's happening. I don't see or I don't feel any change. It's usually because you're not completely in the scene. And it's hard. It's not something that you do like overnight. It took me years to really do that. I never understood it. It was something that I also had to improve a lot. Okay, let me go. We're almost there. In imagination, notice all the quiet, restful details. See yourself sitting down in your favorite chair, utterly relaxed and at peace with the world. Your room is secure. Nothing can touch you here. This is such an important thing, like for people to feel the comfort of nothing can happen to me, the like to be safe. There's nothing to worry about. You left your worries at the foot of the stairs. There are no decisions to be made. There's no hurry, no bother. And then he goes on and he says, no need, you need a certain amount of escapism. So it is escaping in a way. But now that I'm in contact with it's not escaping. It is going back to who you really are. It's not really, I don't see it as an escape. I see it as not connecting. It's like going back, like getting all the garbage out and being what you really are, an infinite being that is having an earthly experience, and we're learning how to use our body and our mind to create a life that we want, not the life that we don't want. Because if you don't create like with purpose, then your random thoughts are creating your reality. And that is why most people end up in a rat race, in a cycle. And we're getting to the end of 2022 again. And the question is, where are you today? Are you where you thought you would be? Because if you're not, you have to change your thinking. All right, have a wonderful day, you guys. Also announcing the challenge that I'm going to do in a couple of weeks, to really teach you how you can make your dreams into reality. The fastest way to bring your dreams into reality. If you want more information, just let me know. Put it in the comments. And hopefully you think this book is interesting, because it's all about becoming the person that you want to be. All right. Bye, everyone.